Okay guys, so welcome back to my channel. Got another video today. We're gonna bust open a Pikachu V Union Celebrations box. If you guys don't already know, I am a big Pikachu fan, Pikachu stan here at Fresh Card Reviews. This box comes with 4 celebration packs, 2 additional booster packs. Looks like one of them is battle styles, and I guess we'll find out what the other one is once we open the box. And then we have the 4 Pikachu V Union cards, and then the giant V Union cards, which is basically just these 4 cards combined together. So I don't know why they did it that way. Kind of redundant, but you know what? Pikachu fan, not complaining. So we're gonna bust this box open, and we will be right back. And we are back. We have our Pikachu V Union box, broken and open. We have the gigantic Pikachu V Union card. I don't even know if card is the right term for this. I guess it is the right term. It's a giant card. And lovely, beautiful. Love Pikachu over here. We have the 2 booster packs. It looks like they're Sword and Shield. One is Battle Styles, one is Darkness Ablaze. We'll rip those first. And then, of course, we have our 4 Celebrations packs. Hoping to hit a Charizard. We did not hit a Charizard in our last box that I broke open the Zacian. We did hit a Mew Secret Rare, so go check out that video. So let's get to breaking. We'll move Pikachu off to the side, and we will start off with let's start off with Battle Styles. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's like 5. Oh well, the 5th card is our foil, so I guess we'll start with that. Our reverse foil is Zubat, although that's not the foil. Our rear is Boltund, Energy, Grumpig, Furo, Carnivine, Zubat again, Lickitung. Yeah, I guess our foil in this one is a reverse foil, sorry, is Zubat, so we'll set that aside. A little disappointing. Certainly not what we're thinking to hit. We're opening up a pack, like, hey, what are we hoping to hit? Zubat foil. Probably not. Let's see. Kawaii Mr. Mime. This is a reverse foil of Ursaring. Right there. So it looks like our rare is Diggersby. So there's our foil. There's a rare. And yep, that's the pack. Alright. So nothing exciting in those. On to Celebrations. On to our Celebrations packs. Hopefully we'll hit something big. I would love a Charizard, but honestly, if we even get, a Blastoise or a Venusaur, I would not complain about any of that. So we'll set our game card aside. Here we go. A Ho-Oh. A Lugia. Okay, we have these. A Zekrom. I'm feeling Deja Vu. What's our last card? A Mew. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a nice card. Right there, very shiny. We already had these. I did not have a Mew, so that's cool. It's not a secret rare or anything, but still, that's a nice looking card. Alright, not bad for a first pack. Got a lot of repeats. So I guess, for those who don't know or aren't familiar with Celebrations, there's only 25 cards in the base set, and then there's sort of secret cards that are not part of that 25. Oh, look at the ding. Thankfully, that's just the code card. Let's see. Palkia, Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Lunala. Okay, so we already have all these. These are all going to be duplicates, unfortunately. I guess most of what you're going to get in these packs is just the base set, so I can see these being a really big chase to try to get the Charizard or the secret rare Mew or whoever else is in these packs. Set aside that. Let's see, what do we have? Reshiram. I actually did not have a Reshiram, so that's a new card. Another Lugia. Cosmoan. And our last card is... Oh! Solgaleo? That's pretty cool. Wow, how many evolutions does Cosmoan have? He evolves from Cosmog. Wow, okay. So that's new. These two cards are new for me. So that's cool. We're building out our base set. We got Reshiram and Solgaleo. Alright, not bad. And then our last pack. Nothing too exciting so far in this box. Here's our last pack. We are going to bust this open. I'm going to put aside our game code card. Let's see. We got Cosmoan. Okay. Palkia again. Venusaur. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Love Venusaur. It's got like a different texture on it. Okay, we still have one more card. Oh. Looks like a full art card. Who is it? It's black. Flying Pikachu. Is this a different Flying Pikachu? I think this is a different Flying Pikachu than the one I had before, but we did pull Venusaur. So that's awesome. We pull Venusaur, and then we pull the Flying Pikachu. Let me just check on my desk to see if this is the same Flying Pikachu I pulled from the last box. And it is not. It is not the same Flying Pikachu. This is the Flying Pikachu I pulled from the last Zacian box. So this is a totally different card. So that's awesome. We have a Venusaur. A sleeve of Venusaur. And we are going to sleeve up this Flying Pikachu. Oh, I see. This is a Flying Pikachu. This is a Flying Pikachu VMAX. So they would be different cards. So we'll set these guys aside. So yeah, I would say our hits are definitely these two guys. We'll zoom in. Hits are definitely these two guys. Flying Pikachu and Venusaur right there. So that does it for the breaking portion of this video, and when we come back I will pick out a couple of these cards to bring under the mag lamp, and we'll take a look at their condition and see what we find out. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we are back under the mag lamp. I've picked out a few cards to go over. Let's start with Solgaleo. Solgaleo, first thing I noticed is Solgaleo, very clean surface, which is, I'd say, pretty common. The left border is thicker than the right border. Looks like the top border is a little thicker than the bottom, so a little off center or off cut. If we look at the back, the corners don't look great on this card. You can see this corner doesn't look great. This corner has visible whiting. Let's see if I can show you. This card had some rough edge. Yeah, look at the bottom edge. Some whiting. Looks like it's a little jutted out. So overall, a little rough. If you submitted this, I think at best you're probably hoping for a 9. I don't even honestly know if it deserves to be a 9. Very clean surface. Really beautiful card. Little off center, left, right, and top, bottom. And then it's got some corners and edges that don't look too hot. So I'd say if this card was submitted, you're most likely getting an 8. Might have an outside shot at a 9, but I wouldn't really count on that. Next card is Mew. Wow, look at how beautiful this card is. That's just gorgeous. Mew is also off-centered. If you look at the frame, the left side is really thin, the right side is really thick. Top to bottom looks pretty good. No visible surface issues on the front. On the back, we do see whiting along this edge, so that's not good. And we also see what looks like some sort of print dot. I don't even know what that is. It's just right there. That's definitely not supposed to be on the card. So a very small defect there. Corners, I think these are typical. It seems like a lot of Celebrations cards I've opened had corners that look like this. Kind of looks like the card is curling up. But some edge issues on this card. Surface is very clean, a bit off-centered. Again, you might hope for a 9 if you submitted this, but more likely I'd say you're probably looking at an 8/9. I think this has a decent shot at a 9, but you know, if you're expecting a 10, I definitely don't think this would grade a 10. So next we have Ursaring. I think that's how you pronounce Ursaring. Very shiny surface. So Ursaring actually looks pretty well centered. Left to right looks pretty good. Top to bottom also looks pretty good. The problem with Ursaring is you can see foil bleed. You can see it's very sparkly right up here, right along that. It just sparkles all along the edge. Yeah, that's sort of the foil bleeding through. You can really see it on this edge. Look at how that sparkles. So I call that foil bleed. I don't know what other people call it. It does happen on Pokemon foil cards, and if we flip it around, that does not look like a great corner. The corners on these are on this one's not great. Edge looks pretty good. Some whiting is visible in the light. A little bit of visible lighting, but a lot of foil bleed on this card. If you look at it, just look at, if I move it around, you can just see it shimmering right along the top edge, right along the side edge. So in my mind, that would take away from the way this card would grade. It is a very beautiful card. Love the artwork, and it revolves from Teddy Ursa. So cool card. I'd say due to its condition, I'd say I don't know how harshly they would grade the foil bleed. It does kind of really stand out in the card, so probably wouldn't grade too well. Maybe this would grade like an 8. Centering's pretty good. No surface issues, so that's good. Our next card is Flying Pikachu. Let's see if the camera will catch him. Flying Pikachu. He's first of all beautiful. Love Flying Pikachu. And surface is very good. No visible issues. I would say centering looks pretty good to the naked eye. Maybe the right is a little thinner than the left. Top to bottom looks pretty good. I would say the bottom edge looks like it's kind of curling up the way it reflects light. I don't know if that's just due to the art. The top edge looks a little rough, I want to say. Doesn't look perfect. If we flip it over to the back, we again have like a small print. I don't even know what that is. But you can see it right there between the K and the E. Just something there, and it doesn't come off. So that's not great. I think overall this card is pretty clean. It should, if you sent this in, I would expect this to grade a 9. I don't see anything really wrong with it. Very small issues like the centering. The right border is a little thinner than the left, and you do have, that little print mark, but the edges are overall pretty clean. The corners are very clean considering the rest of the cards that I've opened up and looked at. So yeah, I think if I were to submit this, I think it would have a good chance at a 9, but I'm not going to submit this card. I don't think it's a very valuable card, but it is cool. It is a cool collector's item. I do collect Pikachu, so this is going in my collection. And then lastly, we have Venusaur. So Venusaur is very clean. I don't know what this pattern is called, but it's just gorgeous. Kind of looks like almost like a fingerprint. The issue that I noticed with Venusaur right away is that he, the I don't even know if centering is the right term, um, but if you look at the bottom border, you can see that it gets thicker if we go from left to right, and then vice versa. If you look at the top border, it gets thicker if we go from right to left. So it's like the whole card is sort of like a little crooked. It's not centered, so it should have been like perfectly centered this way, and it got like slightly twisted maybe, and then when they cut it, it ended up with the uneven borders. So that's unfortunate. Left to right looks pretty good. Again, if we turn to the back, you're going to see the same issue. You can see that the border just gets bigger from the frame gets bigger from left to right, and then on the bottom it's reversed, gets bigger from right to left, and that just reflects what the front of the card looks like. So really unfortunate that it was not really cut well. I guess that doesn't really matter because this is going in my collection anyway. It would have been cool to maybe slab it just to give it protection and just to put it into a slab. But you know, with the fact that it's sort of miscut and sort of off-centered and sort of rotated around, it probably wouldn't grade very well. That would probably hold it back from getting any better than, I'm guessing, like an 8, just because, you know, when you do put this card down and you look at it, it does seem pretty obvious that, you know, just glancing at it, if you give it a good glance, it does look very obviously off-center. So that's unfortunate. Hadn't really seen that issue with any of the other Pokemon cards I've opened up. And quickly, we're going to go through some of the other cards. I did spot an issue with a couple of these, and I'll just quickly call them out. I think issues are to be expected when you have when you're running, you know, very big production lines. But I did notice some small things here. So Palkia has a surface issue. So Palkia right here, it does look like some sort of dent or dot. So I think overall that's very rare. I would say surface issues are very rare. It does happen. Maybe like 1 out of 10 cards you might see something like that. Hopefully you don't get it on a really awesome card. But overall I'd say you know, Nintendo and Pokemon does a really good job at you know, making cards that don't have surface issues, which is very challenging, I think, because many of the cards are foil cards. And then this Cosmoan has a very visible print line, which I think if you're used to sports cards, you're like, oh, print lines, I'm used to that. I see it all the time. Yes, and I agree with you. Print lines are very common, especially in Prism cards, and you know, in other sets as well. But very rare for Pokemon cards. I have not seen any Pokemon cards with a print line, but that is a very visible one. You know, it is what it is, and this one also is off-centered. You can tell the left side is thinner, so is the Palkia. So overall, centering is a very common issue, but on this Cosmoan, you do see a print line, which yeah, which I haven't really seen before. So I thought I would just call that out. So yep, that does it for the review section. So let's get this mag lamp out of the way. We have our Flying Pikachu and Venusaur, and actually we are going to put Venusaur into a top loader. I think Flying Pikachu is going to go into a binder, and that does it for this Pikachu Union box. These and our two biggest hits, at least in my opinion, are Venusaur and Flying Pikachu. Venusaur is just a beautiful card, beautiful throwback to the classic, which I do have one of those in my collection. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. You know, leave a comment, like and subscribe. I'll definitely respond to your comments if you do leave one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.